Okay, woohoo, here we are. Here we are. Welcome everybody to kind of our second official mastermind group call. We're going to cover a lot today. And again, it is for the sake of repetition because I know for me in the first 2 months of my business, anytime someone said PV, LRP, fucking whatever, my brain was like, what? And I really want you to understand how this works so that your goals, intentions, and actions are in alignment with where you want to go, because it's very easy to get caught up in the busy work of building a business, right? For those of you that have existing businesses or are engaged on social media, you know that it's easy to get swept up in what you should be doing, what's trending, content consuming, and these calls are going to operate as a mastermind space for us to lock back in on why you're doing this and how to most efficiently receiving the reward of your work and receiving the compensation from being a conduit for the plants. That is a real core driver for me. I know that it's just very easy. I think in my early 2 months, I'm only 4 months into this business, and I took all of September off. So I technically have been doing this business as a business for 2 months, and I was just less than 200 PV shy of elite last month. So I'm really excited to hit that this month easily. I'm going for Premier just because why not? Stretch goal. And it's my job to support you to get to elite as quickly and as effortlessly as possible so that you can start never paying for your products ever again. I haven't paid for my products, and I got, if you saw my stories, I got $450 worth of things yesterday, plus the free Douglas fir, the Christmas decoration, and the 15 mil, which is the full size frankincense, which is worth 127 retail for free, all that stuff. And that is just because I've intentionally enrolled in the first month, so not last month, 6 people, and last month, 7 people. I just want to show you how easy this is for you to never pay for your supplements and your health products and essential oils again, because that's enough of an incentive to build confidence, to know that you can make money in this business. And for me, when you hit elite, it supports me. So when you win, I win. When you're enrolling builders and supporting them to hit elite, you win, they win. That's the nature of this business and why I fucking love this model. And I want to help you understand how it works so that you can, with confidence, not just make your enrollments with people who are customers and buying your products, but with people that want to build alongside you, because I know that each of you have a really solid vision for creating recurring revenue, a long time legacy, and being a part of a shift in business and new paradigm approaches to wealth circulation. doTERRA for me evens out the playing field for generating wealth. All you need is access to people. A Wi-Fi connection is even a bonus. You don't need to build your business the way that I am doing it. I use social media because I've been in social media, content creation, coaching, personal development, marketing, and selling for 10 years. That might not be your style. Maybe you're a hands-on person. Maybe you're working with people all day, every day. Maybe you're a part of communities where you have access to hundreds of people. I have a very small email list. I have quite a small following. For me, this business is built upon genuine, authentic relationships and a desire to serve first and foremost. So I invite you to share your why in the chat. We're going to do this every time. So this is repetition. You're going to get sick of me asking for your why and asking for your intention, but I'm going to ask you all now to take a moment in the chat box to share why you are in this business. Take a deep breath. I can see Jade right now just taking a moment to feel into that. So beautiful. And if you haven't already today, do some anointing with your essential oils. So I've got Elevation here that I've put in a spray bottle. Oh, which I know Caitlin loves too. It's such a uplifting, delicious smell. I've got wild orange, which is the oil of abundance, because we are talking about money, honey. Okay, yum. So while you're letting those comments roll in, and I will check the chat box in about 30 seconds, so I'll give you a moment. Just inviting you to bring all of your energy here. I know some of you are at work, some of you are on a bus, some of you have got other browser tabs open. That's so okay. Please just do your best to instruct the subconscious mind right now to catch any of the information that it can use, ready and willing to support you in the manifestation of your dreams, your goals, your visions as soon as possible with as much effortlessness and ease and grace. We'll be together today until the hour. So we've got 45 minutes to power through some information. If you haven't had your coffee and you're someone like that, pour your coffee, pour your cacao, have your meta power, bring all your focus here, listen up, because we will be covering some things that your brain might receive as a threat and dissociate or be like, I'm gonna open up Instagram and scroll through. I'm gonna think about something else. So let's really watch the psychology here. The reason why that happens when we avoid, we numb out, we dissociate, we distract, isn't personal. It's not because you're bad. It's not because you can't stay focused. It's because we are literally crossing a threshold into your new identity as a business owner, as a leader, and as someone that is carrying solutions that people are looking for, which is a threat to your outdated self, right? So it's so okay if you notice you get distracted or float off into space. Become aware of that, bring yourself back, use any of your essential oil plant allies to help you stay in this moment. Okay, I'm just going to check the chat. And I have to turn my head when I read this, so you're welcome. Okay, Caitlin, I'm here to change and impact the health of as many people as possible and also make lots of money while doing it. It's so fun to be paid for sharing things that legit make tangible impact in people's lives. Everybody, if you're on a phone or a computer or you have your journal, take that last line and rewrite it out. That is an incredible affirmation and script to repeat every single day. It is so fun to be paid for sharing things that legit make tangible impact in people's lives. Thank you, Caitlin, for this. I just got off a call with a potential builder. She's 2 days into MetaPower. She is very well versed in health, but she's also such a skeptic. And she's like, babe, I am addicted to cacao and coffee, and I already have not reached for it. I haven't had she's in New Zealand, so it's, what time is it there at the moment, Caitlin? Like 12 or 1 o'clock? And she's like, I haven't had any cravings today. I feel so much more energized. My cognitive function, I can really feel it dialed in. So this is some quick shit happening, right? Isn't that incredible? It legit creates a tangible impact in people's lives. Okay, Leah, awesome. You're driving. Drop all your answers in the Facebook group. Perfect. For anybody that's not able to engage right here and now, thank you so much. You can definitely pop into the doTERRA devotion code in December or our private Instagram thread. We are here to support you. Okay, so is it possible to get to elite? What does elite even mean? Elite means that you are no longer paying for your products. The average monthly earnings is like $375 or something, right? It's not a lot of money. The whole point of hitting elite is so that you're set up for the next ranks, that you're setting your team and your placements up and your enrollments and customers up to be able to support you as you grow. I'd love to hear in the chat, for any of you that are here, what your income goal is with doTERRA at the end of next year. So a year from now, 12 whole months. What income? It might be in addition to your current business or a job you have. And I want to hear your real answer. You know, for you, if it's an extra $1,000 a month, like, fuck yeah, that's epic, that's life-changing. Maybe you want to take it to 6 figures. Maybe you want to be doTERRA Gold, which is about 60K a year. So that's a pretty average Australian income, right? And then we're going to work together to get you there. So elite and all of these things, right? Everything I'm sharing, we're going to have infographics. There's so many resources for you. So we'll be able to go through whatever. I'm a visual person. That's why I was really excited to screen share with you today, but unfortunately, this is what we got to do. So elite is the first, it's not the first rank in doTERRA. There's 2 before that, which you probably already have hit. I know Leah has hit, I think, executive or director. Like, congratulations. There's some enrollments already happening in this team. Momentum is picking up. It's very exciting. So elite means having 3,000 overall volume in your team. Overall volume means the amount of PV that has been ordered. So say you're getting the MetaPower starter kit, that's 100 PV. You need 30 people on just the MetaPower starter kit to have 3,000 overall volume. Does that make sense? So for me, MetaPower is my core driving product. That's what I am selling. However, what has happened naturally is that people ask questions, and I'm also asking questions about their health challenges, their intentions and desires for their body, their whatever they're moving through. And inevitably, there are essential oils and other products that are there to support them, whether it's the supplements, replacing their cleaning. I haven't done any of that, to be honest. But naturally, people have come to me for MetaPower, and then they've discovered that they actually want support with their sleep. They want support with their skin. And so they're buying a few other things. So I personally I don't think, maybe I am over 30 now. I haven't checked. I'm not on hotspot, so I can't check my back office just yet. But I know for sure I have almost 30 people in my team. So if people are ordering a MetaPower starter kit or above, you need that overall volume to hit elite. Now we're gonna flash forward a little bit. So one, actually, how does that feel for people? Does that feel accessible? Does that feel like something you can do? Caitlin in 12 months wants to be a minimum 5K a month from doTERRA, but I think I can do it sooner. Fuck yeah. So 5K a month, I believe, would be doTERRA Gold. So that's what you're shooting for. Hell yeah. So how accessible does 3,000 overall volume feel for you right now? And 30 people I've enrolled personally. No, this is overall volume in your team. This is why having builders is so powerful. I think I've personally enrolled like under 20 people in 3 months. Guys, I'm not really trying. I love showing up on social media. I love mentoring. Those are my zones of genius. So for me, supporting you guys to make enrollments, while also, you know, you always want to be making your personal enrollments as a leader, because why would you not? Like, it's such an effortless part of life to be sharing MetaPower, to be sharing the products. But this is your overall volume in your team. So it's not just about you. This is team effort. It's team effort. So elite is that first rank. To go to silver, which again, I can't, let me see if I can just see the amounts of money. Bugger. Such a shame my hotspot is not working. My apologies. So once you hit elite, you know what it's like, right? You know what it's like to reach 3,000 overall volume in your team. So not just you. You can do it all yourself. I wouldn't recommend it. You can, it's super possible. But the whole purpose of building a business is to enroll other people to build their business with you, right? If you can hit elite, you can teach other people how to hit elite, right? It's an embodied experience. So to hit the next ranks, to support 3 people to hit elite is silver. To hit platinum is 9 elites. To get to diamond, so this is how I'm going to really break it down, is super simple for you. If you can help 12 people hit elite, and this could be over the next year, right? Zoom out, doesn't have to happen very quickly. Zoom out. If you can help 12 people anywhere on your team hit elite, that is the rank of diamond, which is a multi-6-figure income. Blue diamond, actually, I think is multi-6-figure. Diamond is 6-figure. So imagine if a year from now, you've helped 3, 9, or 12 people get elite, which is 3,000 overall volume. What's the potential of that for you? That to me makes it feel so easeful and keeping it really simple. There's so much noise out there, and I know that even our group, there's a lot of trainings, there's a lot of events. I want to make it as simple as possible, because I know for me, I don't need more noise, I don't need more distraction. I want the simple, streamlined answer. So that's what I'll always attempt to provide for you guys as well. To have a 6-figure income, you need to help 12 people hit elite. So firstly, your goal is to hit elite yourself, which doesn't have to take months. It doesn't have to take 6 months. I know most of you in here wanted to hit elite by March. My goal is to help you hit elite earlier than that. Elise Shedevy, which is a doTERRA leader in America. I've mentioned her YouTube video before, the number one skill you need in doTERRA. I'm going to pop that link in maybe an email. I think I might send this in an email with all the resources so that you guys can touch back in and access it whenever you want, rather than the Instagram thread being a bit crazy. But she built to Presidential Diamond in 64 days. Presidential Diamond is $1 million profit, not $1 million turnover, $1 million profit for her, which is insanity. So this talk is incredible at, sharing the number one skill that you need to have a successful doTERRA business. It's about a 20-minute talk. She also has a 6 weeks to elite program and workbook that I've been studying. A lot of this won't align with people like you and I, so I'm not sharing it with you completely. I'm going to be taking pieces that do land in integrity with me, because I know I've had conversations with a few of you around the ickiness around selling, the conditioning around network marketing, and I want to make this feel, again, as effortlessly exuding of you and your authenticity. But in this 6 weeks to elite document, she talks about the importance of having a script. She shares this in the YouTube talk as well. So yesterday, when I was on a call with Jade and Caitlin, who are both on this call, around how to sell, how to pitch, there was a desire to have some kind of script to lean on, instead of, when someone asks you, what do you do? And you're like, oh, I don't know, how do I answer that? Elise Shedevy really encourages having a script. So I'm going to open this right now. Where is it? There's a PDF that I'm going to send you guys of her script. Again, it won't align completely, but you can use it as a framework. The first thing I want to know from you guys is, what's the number one benefit of the product that you feel most aligned with? So think about those 1 to 3 products that I prompted you when you started this business that would be your core drivers. For me, it's Meta Power and balance, and maybe now the protein, probably. Those might be my top 3, right? They're the ones that I've had a personal transformation with. I don't know all the science. There's still so much I don't know. I'm still learning. But those 3 I can speak with incredible conviction around. So those are my top 3 drivers. The top 3 benefits of those products would be, biohacking, nervous system regulation, optimizing peak performance. Okay. So what are they for you? Your top 1 to 3 products that you feel incredibly in conviction about, and the top benefits of those products. I want you to identify that and then share anything that comes through in the chat. And while you're doing that, I'm going to read out Jade's why, because this is just so beautiful. To share the power of the plants with people so they have a support system to call upon whenever, wherever, and do not have to outsource health sovereignty. Yes. To also deepen our connection to ourselves, each other, and nature. It's so beautiful. Thank you. Gosh. And I love how different those whys are, you know. We're all specially chosen for this. So once you have your products and once you have your benefits, you're way more comfortable in sharing what it is you do. So the typical like elevator pitch situation, right? You meet someone new at an event, you meet a new friend, you run into someone at the coffee shop and they ask, what are you up to now? And this is what you can talk about and pull upon right away. Of course, share about the work that you're also doing and how they overlap with doTERRA. doTERRA doesn't have to be this separate like entity over here. Jessie makes jokes about how people that fail in network marketing treat their doTERRA business like they're a speed dealer and they're kind of like super sus about it and behind the scenes and all weird, and that's what makes other people feel weird, right? So when you can speak with confidence, I met someone at a coffee shop the other day, this gorgeous barista. I had my computer with me and I said I was coming in for work, and he goes, what do you do for work? And I had that moment of like, what am I going to say here? There's so many things I do. This is so complicated. Usually, or sometimes I've like laughed it off and said, oh, that's too complicated. Or do you have an hour? That's not what people want. That's like a super flaky and floppy thing to say. I want you guys to be equipped with something really quickly, because that's how then people will associate you, right? So I think I said something along the lines of, I'm currently working with men to help optimize their peak performance through the sales of a biohacking supplement. Did that feel clear and concise to you guys? Yeah. Did that make you, if you were him, want to ask a question? Yeah. Which then opens the floor for a deeper conversation. And it's not for me to get on my soapbox and the mic. It's actually to engage in a very natural conversation about my curiosity for him, which is what happened. He, of course, got to find out, that I was recording a podcast that day and I was into fitness, but mostly I was receptive. I was in my like lean back feminine, where he was able to immediately share with me that one of his best friends has a podcast and is a holistic nutritionist. One of his other best friends runs like a fitness company. He connected with me with both of those people on Instagram, and me and him are going to catch up for a coffee. This is how the consciousness and intelligence of doTERRA works through you when you get the fuck out of the way and you just confidently claim what it is that you're here to do. That to me is so exciting, because I did not walk into that coffee shop looking for new leads. But of course, that's what I was put in the way of when I was deeply listening to my intuition. I was actually going somewhere else and my body pulled me into this cafe. My logic was like, I want to go to that one. So one of the important pieces I want to share and suggest here, first and foremost, is your own connection to doTERRA, your own connection to the business entity, your own connection to the products, to the plants, and to your why. First and foremost, always, 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 always. Don't go running around like a headless chook trying to tick boxes without that. It will not work. It will feel exhausting. You will build resentment. You will be burnt in burnout. It won't be authentic. That's something that in the first month of doing this business, I wanted someone to tell to me. So please take that on. Secondly, when you are in that state of receptivity and you are connected to your why, One of my core beliefs, and if you don't have this core belief, feel free to borrow it and take it on, is that life wants me to win. The plants want to be out with people. The business wants to pay me. So my job is to actually deeply listen to the next aligned action. I can provide you with all these different kinds of strategies, and I will support you in that. However, I trust your intuition and your guidance more than my strategy for you. The most effective thing that I've ever done in my business is actually get quiet and listen. When I do that and I stop looking at like, I've got 15,000 things to do today and I've got to keep up with this and I've got to do that. And like that creates pressure, which what happens with pressure, Caitlin? Our aura contracts and we're no longer in the receptive mode to people coming in, to people wanting to buy from us and making enrollments. When we're open and we're dilated and we're listening, we know to walk into that coffee shop instead of that one. We know I'm going to talk to that person who's sitting alone. We know I'm going to go to that event and just show up and see what happens. This would be my number one secret to building a business. This is exactly how I built my 6+ figure coaching business, by working, maybe 6 hours a week with one team member, through deep listening and receptivity. This is where ease comes into it, okay? I know that I also talk a lot about discipline and hustle and like aligned action and effort, and that comes from that deep connection to your source, to your resourcefulness. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about is this is a business, not a hobby. When you're treating this as a hobby and something that maybe will happen by itself organically, let's see what happens, maybe it will, I'm not sure, that's what you'll get. So I asked you to share your why and your value of like what you want to create in 12 months, because I want you to choose it fully. When you choose that fully, then the strategy can be applied. Yes, we repel them with our neediness, totally. If a strategy is applied before that choice to be all in, again, you will drain your energy. I don't want that for you. I want you to feel vital and thriving this whole fucking way through. I want to stand next to you when you're about to get your award at convention for becoming silver or platinum or diamond or gold or whatever your rank ideal is. And I want us to stand there and look at each other and acknowledge, like, we did this the way that we wanted to do it. We did this in a way that felt so fucking good for us, and it wasn't weird and it wasn't awkward and it wasn't icky, and we're on mission. Like, that's my vision for us. And that just, oh my God, that feels so exciting and so good. So the claiming of that is really important. Every day, the identity shift of, I am elite in my doTERRA business. So how does someone that's elite show up? Choose that goal and go all fucking in. So we're going to run through some very practical things I want you guys to focus on this month to start chipping away. For those of you that don't yet have your first enrollment, please reach out to me personally. Let's make that happen this month, okay? I'm here to support you. And for those of you that are in my team, but you know that you have someone else that enrolled you, you can speak to that person. That's your upline, right? So here's the 3 things I want you to focus on. And again, these are things that I wish someone said to me in the first 2 months of my business, because my brain got caught up in all the wrong things, and I would for sure be premier by now. So we don't have to wait for you to do the same thing, right? I'm already sharing with you what I've learned. Number 1 action. Write down your names list. There is a tracker. I think I've shared it before, but again, I'll put this in a folder. I'm going to make a note of that to email you with. YouTube. Tracker. Okay. I'm going to show you mine actually right now because it's very not fancy. Where is it? Okay. Okay. Here's how not professional and fancy building a doTERRA business can be. This was actually last month, but this is literally my names list. I knew everyone that had clicked something on my social media about being interested in MetaPower, anyone that had ever sent me the word MetaPower, anyone that I also thought of would benefit from the product or would know someone who would, I wrote their name down. And they're my active leads, I guess you would say, if you wanted to use proper sales terminology. So a piece of paper with that was 8 people on them. Now, what happened was some of these people didn't buy. Some of these people will buy this month. And what happened is I made room for about 4 other people that weren't on this list to buy. But writing your names list will just prove to your brain that there are people, that there are so many people that could potentially buy from you. So if your goal right now is to make your first enrollment, that's one person. That's one person spending maybe $100 with you if they just get the MetaPower sachets. I want you to gauge in your system right now how hard that feels or how easy that feels. If 10 is, that's so hard, I can't see that happening for myself. And 1 is, wow, that's really accessible and easy. I want you to gauge what that is and then share in the chat box what number come up for you. Yeah, so accessible, right? 1, awesome. Thanks, Jade. So once you've written out your names list, it's the 6th of December. There is so much time to have 1, 3, 5 enrollments this month. So much time. Yes, it's December. Yes, it's the silly season. Whatever other stories you want to hear around the economy, people spending money, blah, blah, blah. People are circulating massive money at this time of year, at all times of year. What are they spending money on? With ease, cocktails, food, Christmas presents, whatever. What do they want to be spending money on? Their health, feeling good. They might be already spending money on medications, body care. People are moving money. So if money stuff comes up, that's where you get to use your emotional freedom technique tapping. I can direct you to the resources that will support you in that. If you're like, oh, I'll wait till January because then people will be, they aren't going to be as stressed about money. That's an absolute bullshit story. Sorry. So build your names list. Secondary to the names list, I want you to build another list of potential people that might know someone who would want to build a business. Now, why I said who might know someone is because this is an amazing sales psychology tactic, but it's not to be done in a really weird way. It's actually to be planting seeds for long-term success. So think of someone that might be involved in an industry that you want to support with your unique approach to doTERRA. For me, that's the fitness industry. So one of my best friends, as an example, owns a studio here. She's a yoga teacher. Now, it would be amazing if she wanted to build a doTERRA business with me. Super amazing. She's a fucking gun. But I don't want to add any weird pressure in our existing relationship. She's my friend. I know the deep intimacy and intricacy of her life. I don't want to be like, hey, build a business with me. I have once. I've planted that seed. And now I'm just letting that germinate, right? Because I don't want to be forceful and weird, just like you guys don't. So the next time I talk to her, I'm actually going to be like, hey, do you know anyone that wants to build an additional income stream to their fitness related business in 2024? That feels like no pressure, she wants to help, right? Our brains naturally want to provide an answer, and they naturally look for an answer. So there's no pressure in our relationship. There's no constraint. I'm not being weird and forceful on her, but she is an amazing gateway to an industry that I want to find my builders in. Can anyone think about who those people might be for you? I'd love to know in the chat if you can think of anyone that you can ask about potential builders. What one was the easy one? What one was the easy one? Caitlin, sorry, can you please? I forget what I was talking about already. 5 people are literally a no-brainer for. Yeah, cool. Yay. Oh, I loved one. Oh, 1 to 10. Yeah, 1 was easy. Thanks, honey. Cool. One friend who maybe will be buying at the event tonight. Great. Great, great, great. So once you have your names list, now you've got, this is like your job. This is your work. These people. To work the people. And we do that by authentically engaging with them, giving a shit about what they're up to, getting excited about their missions. Now, let me tell you a little story. When I was doing what I was doing the last few years, I was so at capacity with the work. I wasn't like physically working a lot, but the nature of my work was deeply emotional. I was working with women, sexuality, emotions, coaching, and it was a lot to hold. And I have a really thriving community as well. So my brain around people, I was at capacity. I was like so shut off to meeting new people. My story was people exhaust me, really. I don't like people, people exhaust me. That was kind of the story I was running. And when I shifted and cleaned up the energy that I had in my business, I realized actually people energize me, people inspire me, people motivate me, and I love people. Like, why would I be keeping them at arm's distance? So boundaries is really healthy here. Practice screen time boundaries, practice boundaries with yourself and what you're giving. But when you start to work these people and these leads, it's about genuinely getting excited about what other people are up to. This is why your net worth is in your network. Connections and relationships is everything. Not to get money, but to be on the same wave together, to be building something together. And, you know, we're all individually expressions of wanting a better life and creating a better life for others. So the next step would be the call to action to enroll people. How to enroll? You literally use your doTERRA back office. And again, if I had screen share, I'd be showing you this, but I'll share it in the email. You log into your back office, and in the top section, it says Wellness Advocate Services. Under that tab, it says register a new wellness advocate. Doesn't matter if they just want to be a wholesale customer and they don't want to build a business, still click that. It will then run you through a walkthrough wizard of signing someone up. The other way is to have your unique shop link, and you can yourself do it, or they can also use that link. You get that link again through your back office. So log into your doTERRA account. I believe it says my website up the top. And then you click on that link. You can change what you want that link to be. So change it to your name, I would suggest, and then copy and paste that link. That's what you're going to share with people. I will show you this in a step-by-step so that you know how to direct people. The actual enrollment process is quite easy. It's quite step-by-step. doTERRA will lead you through those steps. But if there's anything that comes up for you, please let me know and I can support you. Finally, what I'll share about today is the LRP check-in. So your brain might be like, okay, this is all well and good. I want the enrollments, but if I get them, what the fuck do I do next? Right? I know I had that. I was like, I want to know the next steps so that I feel prepared for this one, because our brain wants to keep us safe. We don't want to fuck it up. We don't want to fail. We don't want to, provide a less than high quality experience with a potential customer. So what you do after you enroll is send some kind of welcome email. This is where you give them their doTERRA login if you have created their account yourself, which I do for most of my customers. You share any information about the products. For me, I always attach the MetaPower graphic of how to take MetaPower, the TGA approved MetaPower ingredients list, and the slides. And also I like to include, because this is my personality, asking the questions of why, what solutions they were looking for, what they hope to get out of the products, so that they have something to compare it to after a month or 3 months of being on MetaPower. You all received that welcome email from me. It wasn't the same for everyone. I do personally tailor it, but you're more than welcome to use that as a template to copy and paste and add in your own personality or add in your own spin. I keep that email in my drafts so that it's really easy for me to just copy and paste and forward to anyone that's a new enrollment. For now, that's really easy because I'm getting, even if I had 20 enrollments a month, that's still a really easy system, right? The LRP check-in. So when you enroll someone, they're not on loyalty rewards for the first order. They can't be. It's their first order, so they're either starting with a starter kit or paying the membership fee. This means that they won't pay doTERRA ever again unless either they actively go into their account to place an order, or you check in with them to see how it's going and to set them up either with a next order, or if they want to get on loyalty rewards, which I highly recommend, it's the best way to buy. Immediately you're setting yourself up for 10% back in credits in the first 3 months. And then every 2 months that goes up by 5%. So if you're getting MetaPower monthly, say you're just getting the $100 MetaPower sachets. On month 1, you're not going to get the access to those credits, but those credits build. So month 2, the 10% is taken off. Their MetaPower is actually $90 for the next 3 months. And then it goes up to 15%, 20, 25, and 30%. So by the end of your first year on loyalty rewards, you're getting 30% of your order back in credits. That's insane. Like, can you imagine? I made this joke the other day because I love Zambrero. I love, my little burrito cards. And I think it's like if you buy 10 burritos, you get one for free, right? So I've spent, which that's actually 10%. So if I've spent like $130 to $150 on burritos and I get a $13 burrito for free, right? That's a 10% one. That's okay. But it's similar, right? With everywhere that does loyalty rewards and has some kind of membership program, their generosity is nowhere near the amount that doTERRA has inbuilt in their system. It's really, really incredible. And I want everyone to take advantage of it because they invest $300 million a year in their free products and their credits. It's bananas. So why not take advantage of that and set yourself up to earn those points yourself, and then to help your enrollments earn those points so that they don't have to spend what they don't want to spend on, I know a lot of people talk about like the cleaning products and how amazing they are. I get the $3 Earth laundry liquid from Woolies, whereas the doTERRA one I think is $14. For my brain, I'm still going to get the Clean Earth one for $3. However, if it was for free, I would totally buy it from doTERRA because I know that it's of higher quality. It's just, that's not a core value of mine, so I'm not going to spend that extra money. But once those credits start coming in, I'm literally just using them for free products. Why would I not? Okay, I'm just going to check Caitlin's question. You don't get points from your first order, correct? But if you place a second order onward, you are, yes, if you are on loyalty rewards. If you have a loyalty rewards template, not just if you place a once-off order. And you only need over 1 point in order to build up 10, 20%. No, you need 50 PV a month in order to build the credits, but you need 1 PV to keep them. So say you need to something's happened and you can't commit to your monthly order anymore. Yes, LRP template is a recurring monthly order. But you've accrued a bunch of points. Like say you've been ordering for 6 months and you've accrued a bunch of points and you're like, I was saving them to buy the rose oil or something more expensive or whatever, and I don't want to lose them. Then to stabilize and to maintain your points, you have to order 1 PV, which I mean is just buying whatever, the cheapest thing you want to buy on doTERRA. That just means your credits aren't going to disappear. So they give you that opportunity to hold them and to keep them. Does that make sense? Cool. Yeah, great. Awesome. This is so helpful for me to say because the first probably 12 times I heard this about LRP, my brain was like, what? And believe me, it's a lot easier when you're looking at the graphics as well. But this is so helpful for me because I'm like, oh, I actually know it. Like it's in my head now. So repetition is key, my guys. Yes, Caitlin, what's your one more question? Feel free to unmute if you want so I can see you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was just saying that so that I could write it out. I'm not too sure how good my internet is, but my second part of that question was, is there an amount that you have to spend or use on LRP before using your points, or could you just do an order based on your points?
Ooh, that's a good question. I believe you can just make an order on your points.
Okay.
The only thing is you don't get like the PV. Hold on, because what did I do yesterday? If you use your points on products, it will take away the PV. So say you want to, this is me yesterday, literally, I was fucking around with this and I was trying to figure it out because I obviously wanted to have a 200 PV order this month to get the free frankincense.
Mm-hmm.
I put 200 PV in my cart. And then it was like, do you want to use your points for your tea tree and your whatever else? And I clicked yes. And then that PV actually dropped. So I lost the promo of the month, which was frankincense. Okay. So I had to add more back in and I didn't use my points this month because I was like, oh, okay, I see what's happening. That takes away the PV. So again, with earning commissions, you always have to be at above 100 PV for your monthly order as business builders. So just be mindful of that. If you are applying credits or points, they're treated as cash, but they do have an interaction with your point value. So it might stuff up your cart. So just have a play with that. That's a great reminder too, Caitlin. Thank you so much for that. My invitation is always, because I still do this and it potentially stuffs you up, is to make sure you're always adding enough product in your cart in your back office that then you can play with taking things away and it not going under 100 PV. If it dips under 100 PV at any time, doTERRA are able to not pay you commissions. So please make sure your cart, doesn't mean you have to buy the stuff, but always add things into your cart first before you take things away so that you can do the math and see, oh, if I actually want to take my protein away, which is 25 PV, it'll dip me to 80 PV. So I have to add something else in to keep it above it before I take it away. Does that make sense? You will definitely figure that out when you're next placing your order. I just always want you guys to get the free product of the month and obviously your commissions. So keep that in mind. Okay, okay, perfect. One final thing, and then we're going to wrap. You guys are doing so well. You're doing so well. So with LRP, the check-in, when you make an enrollment, the first thing is to send your welcome email or a welcome message on Instagram, however you're connecting with the person, with any information they need. Then ask them, send me a picture or let me know when you get the delivery. So then you're aware of when they have their order. I like to give it at least a week after they have their order to check in with them. I put in my Google Calendar, this week I've got Lani, who's been on MetaPower for, I think, 3 weeks. I've got on tomorrow to check in with her about setting up her LRP, right? Because now that she's been on MetaPower, one, I want to see how it's going. I want to hear about what the product's been like for her and if she wants to continue. Two, it's about that time where we can set up her loyalty rewards because she already knows the benefit. She probably wants to keep trying it, right? And I'll reiterate the loyalty rewards program. We can set that up for her. It takes literally 3 minutes. And then she's on the monthly order and she's empowered to change or update her cart. She's empowered to receive MetaPower without having a gap in between those orders because, as you know, once you take MetaPower, you don't want to stop taking it. And I had another friend here yesterday and he was like, oh my God, I really noticed a difference by not having MetaPower for a week. Like I want to make sure I'm on my monthly order. So I'm setting him up with his LRP today. That was my bad job as to not making sure that it happened, right? So your loyal rewards customers are the backbone of your business growth. If you are just focusing on enrolling new people every single month, you're treading water, right? There are some people in this business that do that and they don't rank advance. Your team volume is what is going to really support this business model over time because people are staying in, right? Because they want to, not because you need them to, because they fucking love the products. My vision, right, is like, I know I'm going to be on MetaPower forever. If I have 40 people that are on MetaPower forever, maybe not forever, but you know what I mean, that are buying it each month, that's 4,000 overall volume each month or more because of my order too. So see how it sustains. And then if I have builders in that 40 and they're also enrolling people, that's going to grow over time. And your customers that are on LRP are the ones that contribute to your overall volume month after month so that you're not starting from scratch on the first of every month. I don't want that for you. And I know that for any of us in business, you know what that's like to have the month tick over and go, I'm starting from zero again. This is not how this business model is set up if we're utilizing that correctly. So make sure you put a date in your calendar to check in with your enrollment about how the products are going and if they want to jump on LRP for the sake of not thinking about placing their order, it happening in automation, which people love. It takes away the guesswork and the stress, and they're not going with that product. Okay? How is that all feeling? I would love in the comments for those of you that are still live here with me, your one core takeaway. This is really important. Your one core takeaway from this training. Let me know in the comments while I'm just finalizing this email note I'm going to send to you.
Emily, I'm just wondering,
yeah.
okay, I'm wondering whether you'd be able to explain to us how you explain to your enrollments the LRP or how you follow up.
Okay, awesome. So what I'll do tomorrow with Lani, right? Me and her talk all the time over Instagram. So I'm not going to email her. I'm going to chat with her on Instagram because email would feel a bit professional and it would be easier to not open that, right? So go where the path of least resistance is in your communication style, number one. Tomorrow, I'll literally send her a voice message, a 1-minute voice messages, because no one likes getting 9 minutes of voice messages, right? Hey, babe, how's it been going? I haven't seen you around the Eco Village for a while. I'm really keen to bump into you for a coffee again because we've done that. And that's very genuine. I love her as a human. It's not fake. I'm saying that because it's personal, right? Just a reminder, it's almost been a month that you've been on MetaPower. I'm so curious to hear how it's going for you. I know you've given me a few updates, but I'd love to hear how you're feeling. What have you noticed shift in the last month? And then that leaves the floor for her to respond. Again, to show me and prove to me of her transformation, to give me an honest reflection of what that is like. And then I respond and say, amazing, fuck yeah, that's so sick. I'm so glad that you're noticing more energy, that you've had more hair growth, that your skin is glowing. The last time I saw you, you absolutely did look radiant. If you want to jump on the loyalty rewards program, which doTERRA have, they have insanely generous advantages to being on your monthly order. Obviously with MetaPower, it's a 30-day supply, so it makes sense to jump on this and to get 10% credits back next month immediately. If you know that you're going to stay on this product, I'd highly recommend this. Takes 2 minutes for me to set up. Just let me know if you're keen.
Okay, cool. And I just wanted to clarify with that like percentage that they get back. Do you have to order above 100 PV, or do you just have to have loyalty rewards 50? And then so they get 10% on their first order, and then it goes up 5%.
Yeah. So they won't, so their first LRP, they won't get the 10%. It sets them up for their next order. So first order will be the same as what they paid the first time, but without the waiver, like without the membership fee, if they did end up paying the wholesale $35. So they're placing their order as usual. It's all normal, right? Then next month, they get those 10% credits. There's a really great graphic I'll share with you because it shows it. Then those, so that first month, no credits. And then the next 3 months, 1, 2, 3, 10% off, 2 months, 15% off, 20% off, 25 up to a year. Yeah, it goes up every 2 months.
Okay, cool. And they can use those points, like those credits towards their orders in the future.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. The very next order. So that very next order in their account, they'll have those 10% of credits and it will come up. I'm unsure if it's the AR balance. I have to just confirm that because you guys, you know, Caitlin, I'm curious actually, you might have already had some points, or I know Leah has. Is Leah still on the call? I'm unsure how it shows up. I'll have to confirm with Dr. Google in a second because off my head I can't, but if I showed you the back end, would be able to look it up. But it would be in their account already, and then they decide whether or not to apply them. So they can save them up if they want. Jessie loves to encourage that so that you can buy the higher priced products that maybe you don't want to pay for. I actually did this kind of by accident because I just wasn't ordering as much as the points that I was getting, which is epic. I got the Yaropom serum in my last order last month, which is $140. So I already had that in points, which is incredible. So yeah, that's in their account already for them to access and look at. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, that did. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Yes, I'm just curious then, because for your order yesterday, did you just end up paying for it then? Because it took away the monthly thing if you use your points.
So I used there's points and there's it's like your commissions or your money. So again, I'll have to like double check this in my own back end. I wish I recorded the screen. I'll do it next month with you guys, maybe live actually, when I place my order. But I had those, I think I showed in my stories, like $518. Some of that would have been my commissions. So that's what Elite is, right? Like some of your commissions from other people's orders are paying for your products. That's why the payout is very little. Because first and foremost, they want to make sure you're getting your products for free. So no, I paid $0 for my $452 order yesterday. Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, because I was confused saying like it took away the PVs. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that must have been my point. So when you are able to use your points in your cart, it will show up what products you can use points for. Because you can't actually use your points for everything, I don't think. Let me expand on that though. Thank you so much for asking that question because I don't want to give wrong information. And I know there's like 2 ways that money and credits show up in the back end account. So I'll definitely look into that and provide you with more accurate information. Yeah. Thank you so much for asking.
I just have one more question.
Yeah, I love this. This is the best.
When you get paid by doTERRA, how do they pay you? Like, do you just
weekly, and they get paid to a bank account that you've got in your like back office settings. So again, kind of like mine yesterday, like that money will just be added there and stay there unless I've added a bank account and then it gets paid out weekly. I don't know if I've done that yet, to be honest. I think I should have, because I'm getting a bonus as well this month. So I think they have my information. But just for everybody, make sure if you log into your back office in your account, I can't remember where it is. I'm sure this will be a really easy, like if you Google add your bank account to doTERRA account, I'm sure it will show you step by step. I'll be doing that right away. And if you have any problems, just let me know and I'll be able to help you. But those are weekly payouts. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was trying to find it the other day and I was like, I don't know where it is. So yeah, do a bit
I
more
know
looking.
Bonnie already has some experience with this because she was looking at her commissions. So when you log into your dashboard on the left-hand side, there will be this like AR balance and it will show some numbers. And if you click into that, I think it says see full information or something like that. And it will show you the breakdown of each of your commissions from each order. So everything's there, every like everything is in your back office. It's just, it is a little bit clunky to navigate. So I'm just constantly Googling like where the fuck to find things. Okay. Caitlin also just asked a question. I want to get to this before we close. Thank you so much, guys. This has been so fun. I really appreciate your engagement. Can your first order be 100 PV, a mix of meta and oils, or it has to be from a starter pack to not get the $35 membership fee? Unfortunately, no. The only way to not pay the starter fee, the $35 membership wholesale account fee, is to buy a starter kit. That waives the membership fee. No PV does yet. We do have word that soon this will be a thing, which is really exciting because that will make our jobs so much easier. Because obviously some people don't want the starter kits, right? Like they might not align with the metabolic system. They just want meta power and a couple of other things. I'm personally very excited for that. So thank you for asking this question. You'll obviously be updated as soon as that launches. I don't know when. Jack mentioned it maybe 2 months ago as something that's happening in the new year with the new doTERRA back office system. They're currently like revamping everything. Thank the freaking Lord. So it's going to be way cleaner and easier to use, and also have like a link generator of like packs that you can create yourself for people so that they can buy them more easily and waive those fees. But currently, no, the only way to not pay the $35 is to get a starter kit. See Jade typing, so I'll wait for that to come through.
On my account, because you know how I updated my certificate, and then it's put on there like an annual membership fee of $25. And I was so
certificate.
Yeah, and then I was searching it, and apparently that's like a thing. I don't know, but maybe we can. But I just wanted to check with you if like you know anything about that.
I personally don't know anything about that, and I've never even heard about that. So if that is a thing, nobody has told me, and I will check in with Jessie about that immediately for you, because where did that show up for you?
So when I went and did my LRP order, it just came up automatically, and it's like annual membership, like fee renewal.
And you paid that for your order?
No, I haven't submitted it because I wanted to check with you first.
Okay, awesome. Do you mind sending me a screenshot of that, maybe just through Instagram? Just like take a screenshot on your computer, so that I can look into that immediately for you, so that you can place your LRP order, and we can, because I didn't have that, and maybe it's because you upgraded, but I wouldn't think so, because if you choose Wellness Advocate upon enrolling, it doesn't charge you. So yeah, and if that's the case, I reckon we can get that waived for you if there was some kind of issue. So send me a screenshot and I'll ask Jessie about that, because I personally haven't come across that yet at all. And I'm more than happy to help you with that. Yeah. Okay, my babes. We had the takeaways in the comments. This is perfect. I had it set to 10:15 and it's 10:14. Look at us. Love you so much, Caitlin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bonnie, to not act like a speed dealer, dealing it on the side. Yes, honey, love this. And Caitlin sharing with authenticity. Awesome. Love those takeaways, guys. You've done so well. Thank you for your engagement and your attention. This replay will be on YouTube for you to rewatch, to tune into. You'll get the email with all of the graphics and the things to understand visually, because repetition is king. And until then, let's just go out and help people get what they want, that they're already asking for and praying for, and start those enrollments. I'm here for you. I got you. We've got each other, and I can't wait to see what December has in store for us and beyond. Lots of love. See you soon.